Hey, sports bettors. Happy Friday, March 29th. My name is Boyd. I teach beginner and struggling sports bettors how to use data analytics and a process, a 9-step process that you put into play for rules-based, discipline-based sports betting. It's mathematical and very, very helpful when you are trying to make money and betting against the markets and not the individual books. So what I do is I go through some selections here with OddsJam. OddsJam is a betting tool that helps you identify outlying prices. And so we go through and show you the tools, show you the concepts. There is a boatload of information on the site and on the tool. So if I'm going to give you a handful of selections, kind of show you how I read the charts, how I look at certain things, and how I assess, my personal picks and things like that to help you identify some ROI and to increase your betting success. All right, so those that are new to the channel, what we do is go through some selections, picks, some concepts, and again, have all this set up at my website, boyddavis.com, for private consultations, a structured education, all the tools you need to get educated and elevated and really help you get out of the gate to profit. So we do kind of a one-on-one consult to find out where you're at, what's going on in your world, what you're doing, what's working, what's not working, and really come back later and develop a betting plan to help you with the steps, the itinerary, the recipe, the grocery list, everything you do to get up and out and running and profiting in the sports betting world, wherever you're located with whatever tools you have. So make sure you stop by the website or shoot me a message to get that started. Also, you need the tools. You really have to have the tools in order to, to function. And that's going to be the OddsJam. OddsJam is one of the betting tools you can get, incorporated and part of your daily heuristics. I've got the promo codes, the links for you. You can save 20% off your first 2 months of any new package you get signed up at OddsJam. So make sure you get the tools and get that set up. All right, let's get on to the picks. All right, guys, so here you're at the homepage of OddsJam. Again, OddsJam is going to provide all the tools on the left-hand side here. Typically, my first stop is the positive EV page. And so you're going to come to a point where you sort of have a daily ritual, daily heuristic of where you just kind of process and go through these things. The positive EV page is the first stop. So the concept here of the positive EV page is to give you the biggest edge, the biggest mathematical edge pre-game. This is pre-match. You can see there's currently 25 events. I do a lot of live or in-play betting, in-play games. That's a huge opportunity, a huge area where you can do really, really well. And what you'll see is on the left-hand side, the 6.56 is the highest number, the highest percentage. And you need to correlate that with kind of what's going on here. You're pitting Pinnacle, sharpest sports book in the world, versus Novig. Now, Novig is a betting exchange here in Colorado. I'm connected with them and use them and love them. They are outstanding. A betting exchange is really an amazing thing to use because it's peer-to-peer betting versus against the sports books. There's lower costs, lower fees, way better to use. And so Novig is outstanding. If you're a Colorado sports bettor and don't have Novig yet, again, make sure you get signed up. I've got the links for that. And, message me once you get it set up because I want to know how it's going for you. But you can open up this and see that there's a market width of 16. That's sort of a confidence level. The lower the number, the higher the, sort of confidence level, and the pricing is tighter with the sports books. So this is a total runs under 7.5. Phillies, Braves. We're going to open this up and see the other sports books. You can put this in your filters and your settings, which sports books. Sometimes the sports books automatically load that you don't have. I mean, I don't have some of these different sports books, or I don't use the non-regulated sports books offshore, but you can see some of the pricing or the data points you get. Now you can see here that Pinnacle now is at a minus 144 on this, and that's showing a good momentum, a good price momentum on that under. So they're clearly getting a lot of money coming in on this mainline type of bet, which I really, really like. I mainline bets with Pinnacle, and here they are at minus 111 at the exchange. So I'd highly recommend you go and hit that. It's definitely an outlier, huge outlier. So this is one that, we'll put on the board here. We'll click through and we'll say you're going to put the $100 on this. You would correlate it with whatever bet size you wanted. This is a bet size of $360 based on a $5,000 Kelly criterion of a risk factor of like 1.5. So again, this is a recommendation. It's just an idea that, you want to take advantage and bet up when you have, the biggest edge, sort of the poker pricing. When you have the biggest edge, you're trying to get the most value and the most money out of this. So again, you can put in, the dollar amount here of whatever bet size, so it keeps in your bet tracker. And this is going to be helpful so you can go back later and track and trace all your plays to identify where you're doing well, where you're not doing well, what market you're doing well in, et cetera, et cetera. All right, so on to the next one. I'm really not interested in the total runs, odd or even. What the fuck? Pass. Odd is minus 140. Probably a good bet. 255, Cardinals Dodgers run line. So again, this is Tipico. You have a very sharp sports book in Circa. You're pitting Circa against Tipico, a non-sharp sports book. 23 market width. That's good on a run line. This is an alternative or a derivative market. So mainline bets are point spread, money line, point spread, and totals. Run line sort of a version of the point spread in baseball. So this means the Cardinals can either win the game or lose by 2 runs or less, and you'll still win this bet at minus 150. So again, you can see sort of what Pinnacle's doing. See direction, sort of flat, nothing really crazy here. I'm not really sure if I'm excited about this particular wager, other than the fact that you're getting, the best price at minus 155. They've adjusted that, so it's kind of interesting because now they're seeing maybe some, they're an outlier and they're sort of changing their prices. You got offshore books like this also at that lower level. So you can't really tell if they're pricing it on purpose or not. But either way, you're comparing that with where the value is here. At Circa saying minus 170, very, very sharp sports book. Pinnacle, very, very sharp sports book. But that's how you would read and go through that chart. As we scroll down here, again, guys, I gave you 2 or 3 bets, but you can see there's just a boatload of bets. And again, concepts wise, I want to just share with you that I like to pit public sports books, bing, 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 big time versus sharp sports book, odds making sports books, Pinnacle, Circa. So this is a bet that I like, under a half, plus 115, total runs first inning, Yankees, Astros. The market price is about 1.55, so it's right at the kind of edge of the 1.50 that I like to be at. But what I really love about this is it's a great market width. The price is at plus money, and you're getting this versus Pinnacle and Circa, who are very, very, very sharp, saying, hey, this is mispriced, this is an outlier, so we're going to go hit this bet right now. One more thing about this particular bet, as I look closer here, I don't like the direction of this. Now, you can see here that Pinnacles went from minus 114 down to minus 120. My strategy is to make sure I'm always going with the momentum, with the pricing. So in this case, I'm going to actually take a pass on this, only because that direction and that price is going up, and it's going opposite on this side of things. So even though this is an outlying price, I'm going to go ahead and pass, just because, again, it's not following my structure of what I like to hunt for. So even though it's good value, it's good on paper, I just, I'm not feeling comfortable with it. So again, that's one of the best advantages we have as sports bettors. We don't have to take what's offered. So again, I'm going to search through here and find some values, some things that fit my plan, getting a public book versus a market making book with lower odds relative to something like this, minus 110, minus 120, minus 115. I don't like to go with anything above 150 or below 150, certainly not into the 200 range. So again, I'm going to be using this as a tool to search through here and just find frequently what's going to pop up and meet my criteria of how I like to hunt. Now, I will tell you, when you hit play, this is going to turn this positive EV page on continuously. And so this will change in real time and come in hot and heavy, come in constantly. You can see here that Atlanta Braves Phillies total runs is coming in. And again, it's gonna update and change. And so sometimes you have to hit the pause and turn this button off so you can stop the flow of water coming. You feel like you're drinking through a fire hose, sometimes a fire hydrant, because it just, there's so much information coming through on this particular page. I also like to pop over to the low hold page. Now, the low hold page is good because I'm getting some price points that I like. I'm getting some bet structure that I like, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So low holds basically right at zeros when you have the price equal on both sides. So plus 110, minus 110. In this case, because it's minus 112, you have a slight 0.45% difference in the percent edge. So again, you can see some various prices here. What I love about this page is you have the comparisons with an odds-making sports book versus a public sports book. This is a bet I like because you got, first half total runs. These guys are at minus 110. These guys are at plus 108. Let's open this up and see what we can find out. We already saw the Braves-Phillies game earlier. Let's take a look at the next one that really fits the criteria that I love. I like the minus 110. I like going against a public book. I like using these guys to confirm that. But let's look at the charts and see what direction the money flow is going. Because if the money's not flowing the direction we want, I'm really not interested. Minus 116, minus 120. So it actually is going that direction a little bit. Now, even though it's not huge, I'm still going to take this because I like the fact that the money's flowing. They're at minus 124 on that side of things. So if they've gotten a price increase on that side, that seems to be the correct answer to the test. Therefore, this is the best price here, here, or here, or here. They're very sharp, so I'll probably go with a fairly moderate bet size and play it to either one of these sports books. Now, what you can do is to keep the scent off of you for getting identified as a sharp bettor is maybe split this up, put a little bit at Bet 365, put a little bit at MGM, and lower the bet size if you wanted to, so you don't seem standing out and putting maybe such a larger number in, maybe a little bit of sports book there here in Colorado, things like that. So that's a bet we're going to go ahead and place and throw in right now. All right, so let's cruise here a little bit more, just give you some more insight on what you're going to see. And again, this is a tool that you can use on your own every day, all day. Check out various things. Here's a little bit of college baseball. All the markets are here. Again, you can refresh this or hit this on continuously play. So I'm showing you the data that what you can use on your own at your own leisure, morning, noon, or night, whenever it works best for your schedule. One thing we're going to also do is pop over to the odds screen, show you how that works and some of the ways you can use that to extract value. Couple learning points, teaching points here. This is yesterday's information. So this is good because you can go up here and set the date. You can go back and you can look at the markets. You can go back and look at the odds. You can look at the charts and kind of see what things look like, during the course of the day. And you might be able to find some patterns and some trends and some data that helps you kind of reverse engineer how you might place bets going forward. So you can see the final score here. You can see the best odds when the market closed, and also the charts that you may want to, again, incorporate in any of these markets, money line, red line, totals, all the different information. This is a huge, huge tool to use to go back and study and kind of get some ideas to how to help yourself going forward. So I'm going to set the date for today. It's going to click over today's main markets, and away we go. So we have the main markets here, which is basically the run line. So this is a minus or plus 1.5 in the runs. You can do totals. You can do any combination you want. But basically what we're going to look for here is color changes. The green is going to show us a color change. Pricing wise, this was over 7 at minus 110 17 seconds ago. Now it's minus 105. So it's giving you some sense of direction of what direction the pricing is going. This was minus 1.5 plus 140 23 seconds ago, 24. It's now up to plus 142. So seemingly you're getting some money coming in on different sides to give you the direction and price. And of course, you can always pull this up here as the charts will be on the right hand side with the platinum package. You can check out the dates, the times, and really look at when the line opened up, when it first opened, and kind of what it's been doing throughout the course with the odds jam tools, or any of the sports books for that matter. You're going to get more data from certain sports books than others. For example, you're not going to get anything out of Circa. They don't share a lot of the data on their charts, but you'll get a lot on Pinnacle. You get a lot on some of the different sports books that you might want to check in with. Let's say, for example, you want to check Novig. Again, my good friends here with the exchange in Colorado, pretty flat, nothing going on there. Not a lot of volume particularly, but again, good to use for peer-to-peer data. So using the odds screen here to have this up just kind of in front of you continuously throughout the day really helps give you indicators on pricing changes. And what I like to also point out is you can use this for information relative to injuries or lineups, because if you see the pricing light up and this thing's going off like a Christmas tree, you can see the green and the red going crazy here at certain times, especially an hour or two before tip-off or before the first pitch or before the puck drops. You're going to see a lot of these charts lighting up like the 4th of July because it's showing you the market direction, the price, and you have to change that. But if you don't, all right, guys, there you go. There's ideally some value and some edge and some strategies and methods and tools and some insights to help you increase your ROI. So again, if you got some value out of this video or have any comments or insights of your own, please leave them down below. Make sure you give us a like and a share. Tell any of your buddies or friends that might need this content to help them in their sports betting endeavors, because that's what we're here for. We're here to help everyone increase their ROI. It's a lot more fun when you're making money. And if you have the tools, if you have the methods, the strategies, the edges, it works. You can do it. It's just applying and understanding how the markets work and using that to your advantage. So again, make sure you give us a like and a share. We'll be back Monday through Friday next week. And as always, let's go make some mathematical money.